Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here.
Meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel.
Another week, another episode.
Wait, what did you say?
I have a great idea. When we're in the water.
Who was that?
What was what?
A bear went into the lake and killed somebody.
Your killer's definitely not a bear.
Who's ever heard of a shark in a lake?
It will live and thrive until somebody kills it.
What about Clint Gray? 2005 to 2010, trafficking of illegal animals. Wolves, pythons. A damn tiger.
We had a deal. When I buy something, I expect to get it.
I think 5 years ago, you put this shark in the lake.
You are gonna give me my shark. She's cute.
You touch her, I kill everyone you know. I'm gonna end this.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you another movie review. This time we're going to be talking about Shark Lake, starring action icon Dolph Lundgren, as well as Sarah McKell Lane, Melissa Bologna, and Alexandra Bujan. As it tells the story of an idyllic Lake Tahoe, which becomes a bloodbath when man-eating sharks go on the rampage. With the body count rising, the exotic species dealer responsible for releasing the sharks is recruited to clean up the mess.
Get out of the water! Get out now! It's a coordinated attack.
What do you mean? She was pregnant when she went into the lake. They're just doing what evolution programmed them to do.
Did you hear that?
They're surviving. We pretend that it's not nature.
Yeah, this movie came out in 2015, and this is sort of continuing my line of action movie reviews, or at least films starring, action actors. Like I've done a bunch of reviews of Scott Adkins, Jean-Claude Van Damme, of course, some of Schwarzenegger. I'll probably get to some Stallone eventually. Of course, the main focus of my channel is always going to be, TV and horror. But I do enjoy other movie genres as well. So, believe it or not. And I plan on doing more Lundgren reviews as well, mixing it in. And Shark Lake is one I just decided to watch because I felt like it was a good compromise, a little horror in there combined with the action star. So yeah, this movie, like I said, was released in 2015, and it's right off the bat, it's not very high budget. The CG in this, I'll say it's probably its ultimate downfall. The CG and I guess the main plot with these sharks is probably the lowest part of it. You can't bash it too much, I guess, because it's not like they could automatically generate more money to use on it. But the CG isn't very good. At its best, it's mediocre, almost passable, but not quite. And at its worst, which is more often, it's like, like those simulations you'll see on like Animal Planet or something. It's kind of like that. And then the blood is even CG'd in the water anyway. It's kind of weird on that end. And the main plot, like, around the town isn't very good either, but what actually did elevate this movie and definitely save it for me was, of course, Dolph Lundgren himself, who, like I said, is the guy who has, sort of a sketchy past. He is into exotic animals and stuff like that, sort of like, dealing them, I guess. But, sort of a subplot with this is that he has his daughter, and they obviously had a good time doing this movie, by the way. Dolph seems like a really nice guy and everything, but yeah. So he has this estranged daughter that he's left behind, and he sort of comes back wanting to reconnect with her. But a lot of time he's been locked up for the past few years. She's been raised by Sarah's character here, who happens to be a cop, Meredith Hernandez. She's been taking care of his daughter. And, she's fairly likable in this as well. Sometimes I feel like her delivery is a little bit off. It's not the greatest script either. But I thought the whole dynamic, with her wanting to at first protect... I think I lost... Okay, I may have misspoken about the young actress's name. I don't think I stated that correctly in the opening of this video. But anyway, the daughter dynamic in this, I think, actually works well. Sarah wanting to sort of protect her from Dolph, initially thinking he's this criminal. She's been, like, dreading the day he would be released. But you can tell he's well-meaning and sort of wanting to... tone or at least be a better man for his daughter and that kind of stuff, which is kind of a typical plot, a little typical element there. But thanks to Dolph Lundgren, it does work fairly well, and there's actually a touching moment or two. Of course, things get out of hand when she actually goes off on her own to try and find him and talk to him. But of course, our cop character here, she thinks he had kidnapped her, so it turns into this whole manhunt for him, and they're out in the lake, and of course you can imagine what happens in a movie called Shark Lake. And along the way, the cop also meets this, I forget the guy's name, but he is actually fairly likable in this movie as well, for his personality and everything. So this movie's pretty standard, pretty by the numbers. It does feel like a sci-fi original movie kind of thing, but I did like Dolph Lundgren in this movie. He's sort of like, at least to some extent, like sort of with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. However, the past few years they've turned in some pretty good performances, like really good performances acting-wise. From like Stallone's work in Creed lately to Arnold Schwarzenegger in movies like Aftermath and Maggie. It seems like all these guys get better with age. And Lundgren has a fair amount of charm here as well, and I definitely found him likable. He was a joy to watch on screen for the most part. So again, that combined with the daughter dynamic, worked fairly well, even if it is a bit familiar, of course. Then they explain bull sharks are, of course, like I think one over like the only species of sharks that can survive in a lake like that. So I'm glad they actually thought of that, and they didn't try and put like a big great white shark in there for some reason, just for the sake of it. And it plays out like you'd expect. But it's a short film, and if you like Lundgren, it's worth sitting through, I guess, for him. I'm not going to say it's a great one though. I'm probably giving this about a C, maybe C+ at the max of my enjoyment. But without Lundgren, with a sort of just like a random lead, it probably would have fell flat. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about Shark Lake. If you've seen it, how does it compare to the plethora of other shark movies that have come out over the past ever? So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.